And Porterfield! Oh, Porterfield has scored!
A block by Tommy Wright, Phillips again! And Sunderland have scored!
And Kevin Ball holds that trophy aloft for the second time.
Hello, how we're getting on? Hope you're all alright. So with the games coming thick and fast in the Championship, you know what it's like. We now move on to Wednesday night, not Tuesday. Like I said about 20 times in my review of Hull the other day. It's a Wednesday night at Kenilworth Road against Luton Town. Just before we get into the preview video, here is a couple of photographs of Ibrahim Al-Mutwa and Stuart Mack wearing the shirts that they got, or the won from the LU soccer competitions that we ran a few weeks ago. As you can see, they look great quality. Don't forget that you can get up to 20% discount from LU Soccer using my code. Everything what you need is in the description below. Just follow that, use the code SAFC at the checkout for a further discount. So have a look on the website. There's some great retro stuff on there. Not just Sunderland shirts, they've got, you know, Premier League, foreign shirts. Quite a majority of any team you could wish for, really. I'm just getting this one in the post today, so keep your eyes peeled. Watch out for a giveaway coming in one of the games in the next few weeks for that one, and I'll give that one away. So, on to Luton then on Wednesday. So Luton have had a tough time back in the Championship, you know, following the season that they had in the Premier League last season. They probably would have been expecting to bounce straight back up under Rob Edwards. You know, they kept a core of the squad that came down last season. So I'm a bit surprised at the start that they've made, but Rob Edwards has done an absolutely fantastic job with them. He took over in November 2022. He's managed 87 games. He's won 28, drew 23, lost 36, got a win percentage of 32%. Now, bearing in mind that Premier League season last year where they had quite a few defeats, that's still not a bad win percentage rate overall. Before that, he was at Watford, where I don't think he was given a fair crack of the whip. He only managed 11 games there before they got rid of him. So, Rob Edwards, I really like him as a manager. Like I said, they've managed to keep the core of the squad, what came down last season, likes of Carter Morris, Tahith Chong, who I think is a really good player in midfield. He's tricky, he's fast. And they've also kept Alfie Doughty, wonderful player, put some great quality in from the left-hand side. And Elijah Adebayo, who scored goals last year in the Premier League. So I am surprised at the start what they made this season. They didn't win any of the first 4 league games, and they lost to QPR in the Carabao Cup. Overall, this season they've played 10, won 3, drew 2, lost 5. They've scored 11, conceded 15, and they're on 11 points. That leaves them in 17th place. But if they beat us on Wednesday night, that could see them move into the top half of the table. They did tank Watford at the weekend. They've beaten 3-0 at home, and they will be looking to make it back-to-back wins at home to try and get their season back on track. We know what it's like at Kenilworth Road. Went there in the playoff semi-final a couple of years ago, and we got beat. It's a tight little ground. You know, it's a really traditional old stadium. Crowd are really close to the pitch. It's a hostile atmosphere, and if you're not on your game, you get beat. So we'll have to be really on our game come Wednesday. Top players then. Well, they've got the aforementioned Alfie Doughty. He's their top rated player this season. He's been their star. Like I said, he puts really good quality crosses in the box. Tom Crowe and Mark McGuinness have also top players from there. Carlton Morris, as you would expect, got 3 goals. Jordan Clark's got 2, and Jacob Brown's got 1 so far. And assists, like you would expect, Alfie Doughty top with 3, Jacob Brown and Tom Crowe. So, like I said, they have actually got, on paper, you could see a Premier League squad. But we'll just have to wait and see. You know, Carlton Morris, we know, is a danger man. He's big, physically strong. So you've got to be on your game. I'm more than comfortable that Chris Mepham can deal with him. But us, fantastic 3 points on Sunday. You know, it wasn't the best performance in the world, like the performances haven't been of late. But we've still been picking points up, which is the sign of a really good side. When you're not at your best and not playing as good as you can be, but you're still winning games. A wonder goal from Wilson Isidore, you know, saw us go back to the top of the league. And this next run of games could be crucial. You know, 3 of the next 4 games are away. And we know in recent years, games away from home against teams in the lower half of the league, if you like, is where we've struggled. Our next 4, we've got Luton away in 17th, Oxford at home in 11th, QPR bottom of the league away after that, and then we've got Preston away, who are in 15th. So on paper, you should say, right, we should get 12 points out of the next 12. However, we know football doesn't work that way. But I do think that we are a different animal this season. I don't think I've ever seen a manager as calm and collected and as relaxed as Regis Lebris. He seems to have just this calmness around him, and this must filter down to the players. He seems to have a plan and tactics for every team that we're coming up against. Even after the game on Sunday, he did say that the goal that we scored, they've been working on in training, which just shows you, and it's how good that is when them type of things come off, when you've been working all week on a tactic, how to beat a team, and it comes off on the match day, and the goal that you get wins you the game. Brilliant. And credit, even though I've been likes of Dodds and Proctor's biggest even though I've been Dodds and Proctor's biggest critic over the last few months, behind the scenes, in them roles that they're in, is where they're suited best, and it seems to be working. Now we've got Pedro Ribeiro, the new assistant manager, along with Regis Lebris's know-how and calmness. It's working. So fair play to everybody involved for the start that we've had. Like I said, a sign of a good side is when you're winning and not playing well. We've got 7 wins out of the first 10 games. Only them 2 blips away from home against Plymouth and against Watford. And obviously we've got that draw against Leeds. But honestly, I couldn't be more happy with the start that I've made. If anybody had said to me at the start of the season you'd win 7 of the first 10, you'd have thought they were crazy. You'd have thought they were mad. But I think this run of games now, where we've got this kind of 4 games in a short space of time, is it time now to start rotating the squad? Well, I think I'd be tempted to make one change on Wednesday. Even though Dan Neil, I thought he had a really good game on Sunday, he was much better in that role. I would like to see him rested for a couple of games, and I would play Alan Brown back in the side. I would play Job in that deep lying role, because I think against Luton you're going to need that physical element in midfield, the energy and the strength. Playing Job in that deep lying role, play Job a little bit for Alan Brown a little bit further forward, will give us a bit more energy and a bit more know-how and a bit of experience further up the pitch as well. That could help. You could argue that we could play Aaron Conley. I don't think he will, because again, against Luton, physical side, I think we're going to need Wilson up front. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, and I think he could give their defenders, a couple of problems, which will then leave Aaron Conley for 60 minutes, bring him on and let him do his thing when the defences are tiring. So this would be my team on Wednesday. So I'd have Patterson in goal, Trey Hume, Chris Mepham, Luke O'Nien as captain, Dennis Serkin, Alan Brown, Job, Chris Rigg, Patty Roberts, Romain Mundle and Wilson Isidore up front. Now, looking at that graphic, you can see that we may be forced into more changes in the coming weeks. If you didn't know, it's a 1-game ban if you reach 5 yellow cards before the 19th game of the season. And bearing in mind, we're only on 10 games. You can see here, I'll put it back on, we've got Trey Humes on 4 yellow cards, Job, Rigg and Roberts are on 3 yellow cards each. So not on bet that they're going to pick up another 2 cards each before the 19th game. So it just shows you that we are in danger of possibly making wholesale changes if things were to go worst case scenario, and we'll pick up a lot of bookings in these next 4 games. Also, what I thought's interesting on there is Luke O'Nien has got no yellow card yet. Now, is that a sign of his maturity this season? Last season he was rash, diving into tackles, giving away penalties. This season he seems a lot more measured, he seems a lot more calm. On Sunday he was striding out from the back, he's not flying into tackles as he was last season, so that's a good sign. Another thing he's added to his game, another year's experience, calmness, maturity, and maybe that's also a credit to Regis Lebris as well. I'll probably curse him now watch him going to get sent off on Wednesday. On that note, the referee on Wednesday is a guy called Tom Neild. He's not refereed any of our games this season yet, but he has issued 34 yellow cards in 8 games this season, so we're going to have to be careful. Score predictions, and well, I do think that we'll have a plan for Luton already worked out, and I think we'll have been working on that plan even before the whole game. We'll have a plan in place to counter their physicality and their strength. So I'm going to go based on that on another really, really tough, gritty 1-0 win. I think we're going to grind it out. We'll be solid and resolute at the back. On the breakaway, we'll do it again. Maybe Wilson, maybe Aaron Conley to get the goal, but I'm going to go for Luton Town 0, Sunderland 1, another 3 points, and hopefully keep us at the top of the league. So that kind of goes on to the score prediction competition, what we're running like we have been all season. So 2 people got the score correct on Sunday, when done to Andrew C and Malcolm Donaldson, who both predicted a 1-0 win, which gives you 5 points each, which then makes the overall leaderboard look like this. Chris Carter-Jackson is still leading the way on 17 points, followed by John Ruddock, Mel Lacey, Ria Knight, Stuart Mack and Tim the Minion on 15, Uncle Reggie on 14, Banksville Mel, Dave Common, D Hall, Elizabeth Hare, Kenneth Allen, Peter Smith, Bill Hanley all on 13, with David Williams and Gary Hoyle both on 12. So get your score predictions in the comments below for a chance to get on that leaderboard and see if you can win yourself a shirt at the end of the season. But well done to Chris Carter-Jackson. Another 2 points on Sunday. Predicted the win, not got the result, but predicted the win, which kept him top. So that's about it from me. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Share this video, tell your mum, tell your dad, tell your dog, tell your cat, tell your parrot if you want to. Just please get it out there and share and subscribe. Do it now so you didn't forget. Hit that subscribe button, it's free, costs you out, and it'll help get the channel out to a load more Sunderland fans who hopefully will enjoy the content. Also, don't forget, like I said, to check out LU Soccer. Also, check out the Retro Hub. Got some great retro stuff on there, and including the modern strips as well, cushions, cups, phone covers, all of that. Great to see this merchandise. Everything's in the description below. The link to the Instagram shop for Retro Hub is on there as well. Watch out for the match review coming out. Hopefully, we'll get another 3 points at Luton, but I would settle for a draw. Until the next time, like I always say, thanks for watching. Take it easy, stay safe, and we'll speak soon. Ta-ra.